Fellas, I must admit something. I am actually a rent-a-girlfriend enjoyer. What you heard is true. I am one of the worst communities. There is plenty of people who despise Rent-A-Girlfriend. Most reasons being the characters, the plot, characters again, because they hate the characters. I don't know, most of it really does stem from the main character, Kazya. A lot of people see Kazya as nothing but a cringe degenerate, has no future at all, and is chasing a female that does not want him back. To be fair, the dude is pretty much the biggest degenerate in the world. Kazya is hated for various reasons. The main reason is because he's cringy.
Hell no.
All he does is really just insult himself, cringe up a little bit, and think sexy thoughts. That's literally his whole character basis. And people are gonna disagree with me on this big time. Let me sit up in my seat so I can have a little argument against nobody. This man has changed throughout the show, and it actually has made him one of my favorite characters because of that. Admitting that is even worse than admitting that I like Rent-A-Girlfriend in general, but Kazya is the definition of an overthinker. I mean, even the smallest subject, he overthinks the shit out of. And you see that throughout the show. That's just part of his personality. That's never going to change. But there are things that he has changed. He's still cringy. He's still an overthinker. He fights against his degeneracy. Like, he thinks sexy thoughts and he goes, no. We can't do this. However, you see near the end of the third season that he actually becomes a very reliable character. I'm gonna spoil it. Guys, if you don't want spoilers, leave now. But anyways, we see that Kazya is a mess in like the second scene. After Mami-chan dumps him, a girlfriend that he had for like a month that probably never had any connection with in the first place, you see him sobbing in his dark room with tissue paper all around, and you know for a fact this dude is not using that for his snot or his tears. You know why he's using that. It isn't until he meets Mizuhara that he realizes that he can change, and he says that in the show. He says, when I'm with you, I feel I can be a better person. I don't want to be this person. I want to be better. And you see him change throughout the entire show, which is really cool. And what I mean is this dude who went from lazy, degenerate, hating himself and being insecure, but he goes from that to helping make a movie for the woman he loves and try to be a better person for herself and himself. At that point, he is the definition of reliable, and that shows that anybody can change, right? Now, another reason people hate the show itself is because they don't like any of the characters. They don't like Ruka, they don't like Sumi, they don't like Mizuhara.
Trash.
And of course, nobody in their right mind likes Mami-chan. She's a bitch. She's just there to stir stuff up. You need her there, right? Now, I don't get that at all. Just like Kazya. People be hating on Kazya, but I feel people haven't gotten depth in the show. They watched like 4 or 5 episodes and they dipped, right? Well, you can't do that. There's plenty of shows that don't just pick up in the first few episodes or even the first season. And for people to say they don't like Ruka, she is completely loyal to just him. She has no feelings for anyone but him. The definition of like amazing, right? She's a little nuts, I won't lie. When I first watched the show, I didn't even like Ruka. I thought she was annoying. Second time around, I was like, okay, Ruka actually kind of goated, right? For people to say they don't like her, that's stupid. You don't like Sumi? Why? Because she's quiet and nervous and kind of weird. Personality, man, everyone's got a different one, right? Sumi's the goat. And then you got Mizuhara, who people don't like probably because she's bitchy and she uses Kazya for money, I'm thinking what people are gonna say. It's hard to explain because yeah, she is using him for money to an extent, but she actually does like spending time with him and he's gonna spend that money regardless. But like, you can't hate on Mizuhara. I mean, she's going through her own struggles, man. She's the definition of independent and she's chasing her dream and she's making it happen. You can't hate on any of them. They're all great characters. And there's the streamer girl. I already got love for the streamer girl because here we are streaming, right? Go check me out on Trainer Tribe at twitch.com. Hit the follow. Anyway, there's literally one character I can't stand as Mami-chan. They're all goated besides Mami-chan. She's a bitch. If anybody likes Mami-chan, you deserve prison time. People hate Rent-A-Girlfriend also for the plot. The plot is just Rent-A-Girlfriends, and there's one guy who continues renting different girlfriends for various reasons, and they all fall in love with them. I get it, like a harem, but it's a little deeper than that. Each character wants something, right? They have goals set. You have Mizuhara, who wants to be an actor, right? Kazya, who really is just there to look for a girlfriend because, you know, he's lonely. And then you have streamer girl who just wants to stream and create relationships. So they all have their goals set in mind, right? Like, that's actually kind of a good build for a show. In the end, I'm sure they're all going to achieve their dreams. If they don't, then the show sucks. But for people to hate on that is kind of ridiculous, just on the fact that there's other shows out there that are far dumber. Like a concept where there's two high schoolers, a male and a female, and the female bullies the male and they fall in love because she bullies him. No hate, but that seems like a very stupid plot compared to a rent-a-girlfriend service plot. I'm just saying. Anyway, another reason I feel people hate Kazya is because throughout the entire show, he spends an obscene amount of money to rent out Mizuhara. It's a big amount of money, guys. Like, I don't know how true it is, but I saw like Twitter post, somebody calculated it, and it was like 20K US dollar. It was an insane amount. I mean, it's a little cucky, but it's kind of cute. Season 2 or 3, he finds out she's an actor and she's given up on her dreams and he can't bear to witness her give up on her dreams. So he says to her, basically, I'm going to continue paying you until your dream pays off. But when you really care about somebody, you kind of just like, you don't care about the material things, you know, like money. I sound like a cuck saying this, bro. I sound like a simp, man. A lot of people keep saying that they don't end up together because the point in the manga from this time of recording, right? They aren't together. He gets rejected again, asked her out and she denied him. And I'm not going to lie, if it ends up, the whole show finishes and they do not end up together, obviously it instantly goes to an F tier show. If he gets rid of Ruka and still doesn't get Mami-chan and he just lost both of them, F tier show. Another reason people hate the show, the creator. Riji, I'm sorry if I butchered that, I'm just learning Japanese. Riji Miyajima was inspired to create the story after learning about the real life rental girlfriend industry in Japan. He even personally went on rental dates to capture the authenticity of the experience. It's just another reason why people dislike the show. It could be a bunch of BS. I just wanted to throw that in because it is a reason people dislike this show. The first time watching Rent-a-Girlfriend, it was enjoyable. I really enjoyed it and I thought it was funny, you know, and I didn't even realize it came out with a new season. So I found out they came out with a new season and I was like, wow, this show took a spot in my heart. That sounds cringy, but it really did. Like, I personally think it was one of the most beautiful relationship building animes I've ever watched. I hated Kazzy at first. I thought he had to be the worst character ever designed, and I think personally he is at first, but that's only for a portion of the show. I mean, the man has a lot of bad characteristics, horrible characteristics, to the point where you're just like, man, I can't even watch this. Like, it's hard to watch at first. And the reason I think they do that is to show how horrible he is, but how much he can change. And from episode 1 to the end of season 3, the man goes from being all that I just explained to literally making a movie and being the director of a movie, not knowing what to do, wanting to give up a million times and not. I think the fact that he goes from being basically the worst character ever made to a very decent, good human being is an incredible story all of it itself, not including the romantic part. There's plenty of romance animes out there. Darling in the Franxx, Dress Up Darling, great show, great relationships and stuff. Love Shinobi, Other Delusions, Toradora, all great shows besides Darling in the Franxx, but it's like they just don't hit the same way as that show hit for me. I will stand on this hill by myself until I die. Rent-a-Girlfriend is a tier show. Hopefully it continues being good. It will always be probably top 10 for me. Right now it's sitting top 5. Hate me, love me, I'm gonna say it. Rent-a-Girlfriend is goated. Thank you.